Welcome to Bhillz live stream powered by Quality Music Management. We got a special guest today with us, Cole Kush, man. I appreciate you joining us today, man.
And likewise, I'm happy to be here, man.
For sure. So we gonna jump into one of your songs real quick, and then after we play, I'm gonna ask you to talk about the song a little bit, but we gonna jump into it real quick. What's the name of the song? Traumatization. What is it?
Transmutation.
Oh, transmutation. All right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't see the end of it because it's just abbreviated on the screen. So, all right.
Oh,
So
no,
we're
you no, you're good.
I just had to guess. I was like, trans something. All right. So we'll get right into it.
All right, man. Let's hear it.
I'm wearing a grass gold chain. The dog goes wild like a big Great Dane. I rearrange, my lights go ting. Heal the world from the suffering. Let me tell you, you can call me a bitch if you want to. I'm not a subject to fear, what you gon' do? I got a list of people who rely on me. I'll never let them down, that's undeniably. They never turn me to a scoundrel. I got my God, he's a light in the candle. Hellhounds came in, gave me max ammo. I'm not here freeing slaves like my amigo the Django. Married to the end to allow my family to prosper. Transmuting everything so no one's tortured. Turn adultery into nurture. Putting two together like a subway surfer. Follow the way of the voice. Hear about everybody and difference of choice. 50-50, I'ma have to flip the coin. Positive transformation to I'm in joy. This is my destination to restructure. Even when I'm down, I'll stay unbothered. My mother, brother, sister, father, grandmother. We'll see the gates of heaven when I'm done here. My journey's transparent. Both of my parents will inherit in Paris. I'ma keep my mouth shut when I'm in Vegas. My soul's protected, not for the taking. God's vehicle must be a spaceship. Anyway, we see the light of day. Give any situation, we'll ship it right away. Actions speak louder than words in the rain. If they don't take it, it's not yours to blame. Was packing up in Notre Dame. Birdies told me there's delightful things. People who understand and act like me. Quotes, if I don't give a damn, then I'm with the trees. Sense smelling amazing, color free breeze. Pioneering the mountains like a goatee. I can hear them all shouting, yelling in glee. Glory to God, I'm here to be me. I be in the backseat, puffing my weed. OG in the front, make a ceremony. Shorty hit me with the Cupid, causing nosebleed. Privacy policy up in the vicinity. Yeah, glory to God. You know I give it glory to God. Glory to God. Hear me? I said glory to God.
Automatic loop. So that's dope, man. So tell people a little bit about let's just talk about yourself. So tell people a little bit about yourself, man. I'm just getting familiar with you.
Uh, it just depends on what question's being asked. Is there anything
Man, you
in
can't hear
particular?
you.
Is is it doing that thing again?
Did you try to put the Bluetooth back in?
Yeah,
I'll just do it without the Bluetooth.
Can you hear me better now?
Because I still can't hear you. Try to go out and come back in, maybe, or try it
Can
again.
you hear me now?
Yeah, try to just go out and come back in.
Okay.
While you doing that, we'll play this little thing. Yeah, so y'all tune in every Sunday, man, 10 a.m. Central, Bhillz live stream, man, powered by Quality Music Management. Let's see if we can hear him now.
Can you hear me better now?
No? What the fuck?
No.
Man, that sucks.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Try to go out and come back in, and if not, we'll just start the stream over.
I turned off my Bluetooth.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if it can. We might just have to start the stream over.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah,
You can hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you were asking me you wanted to know a little bit more about me. Was there anything in particular? Like, was there a certain question like involved with it, or just
Just we'll just start with like just tell people a little about like where you grew up at and stuff like that. We'll just start with that.
okay? I grew up. It's kind of like hard to put like an exact like pinpoint on where it was, because I kind of like my dad was like a Rolling Stone. My whole family really was. So it's kind of like I was born in Seattle, Washington, but then went down to California when I was, about 7, moved to North Carolina, wound up in Missouri. So it's been kind of like all over the place, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So where'd you spend most of your childhood at?
Uh, I want to say North Carolina and California.
That's what's up. So
Yeah.
so how you think that's like impacted your you as an artist or as an individual?
Um, it definitely is what inspired me to start making music, and build that passion and that fire for it, because I couldn't really like fit in anywhere, and not just like in a sense of just like fit in, but I couldn't really um find stability in anything because I never really had it. So the one thing that kind of stuck with me and stayed with me wherever I went was music.
Yes, yeah. So that's dope. So what are some artists that you listen to like whenever you were younger and stuff that inspired you?
When I was younger, I was definitely on the Juice World train, the bandwagon with Juice World, but it was kind of diverse. I would listen to Juice World, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. It's just depending on how I was feeling is who I'd be listening to. I used to have like playlists of 5,000 different songs of just random artists, different genres that just play on shuffle.
That's dope. So when did you start getting into like making music yourself?
Uh, my sophomore year, it was a funny story. I had gone through some minor breakup, and I was a kid at the time. I was like, oh man, this sucks, heartbreak. And I got GarageBand on my MacBook, and I went on there and I made some beat, and I made a song, and it was horrible, but it was something I could say I did, and it was like there's just no feeling in the world that can top like creating something yourself, no matter what it is.
Yeah, I agree, and especially like whenever other people like can relate to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's a cool feeling too, especially if you're going through something like you said, like a breakup or something. And even you know what I mean, like even if the song that you make might not be about a breakup, but you know what I mean, I believe that you capture like energy and shit. So like the energy
yeah,
that you're putting out while you're making the song, that's gonna, you know, go out to the world and shit. And I feel like, you know what I mean? That's just like how they say with food, like if you make food with love, you can taste it. I feel like it's the same with music,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If
It's
you
that relatability.
yeah, yeah, and just having passion and you know what I mean, and energy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
100%, man. And that's, I feel like, that act of creating and sharing those stories, or whatever the project is just like one of the key aspects of what keeps our world going around, like you said, the relatability, if people can feel it, if they can relate to it, if they can hear it, it may inspire others to do something similar, and create something as well.
mhm. Yeah, and just like with music, there's always music. It don't matter where you go in the world, you know, music. Everybody has their own form of music. Even before we all had contact with each other, you know, people all over
Yeah,
the world, you know, you look at there's always been some sort of music or rhythm or like, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
you know, and like I believe that that shit really is like real like energy and a lot of shit that you can't really see. Like people they be too focused on shit that you can actually see, but there's a lot of shit going on around us and shit that you can't see, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like energy, frequencies, type of shit like that. So tell people a little bit about your like creative process.
I don't write anything down. I just like I'll listen to beats, like I'll sit there and I'll listen to Free for Profit, or sometimes I'll make my own, but I really just like listening to Free for Profit producers on YouTube and just scrolling through for hours. You know, that's entertaining to me, just hearing different tunes, different
What's free
BPMs,
for
different.
profit? Well, that's just like free beats online and stuff. Is that what you saying?
Yeah, like free for like profit use. Like you can
Oh, promotional and
use.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So you just kind of just sit there and just listen to different beats until the one like speaks to you, pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then I'll get in the studio with it. I got my own little setup. I do everything by myself. I don't really go and do anything with anybody else, because I feel like that's just something I do. You know,
yeah, for sure.
but
For sure. Shout out Lazy too, man. He said, but you still have the right to do the music you love. That's true. Everybody does.
100%.
Nah, I feel you know, cause I feel like if you have to try to force something, I feel like it's not working. You know, like even like all the
Hmm.
songs that I've done that's like that I like or came out right, they almost made themselves. Like you know what I mean? It's almost like I believe in like the muse speaks to you, and it's almost like whenever you're making something, it's just coming together like perfect. You know,
Hmm.
sometimes stuff doesn't come together like that. You know what I mean? And those are
Yeah,
it's not necessarily like the idea or it's just trash, but it's like maybe it's just not the time for that track. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you should
yeah.
be enjoying it while you're doing it. You know what I mean?
100%. And I feel like it so if the reason why I will only use like beats that speak to me is because there's no real, at least to me, there's no real passion or drive to want to kind of create something authentic if it doesn't kind of have any type of like connection with what I want to envision for it. For
Yeah,
example, like music to me, at least, like in terms of like creating it, is not necessarily an escapism, but it's a coping mechanism, and it's also very therapeutic. So like when, like you said, when a beat or when a tune like kind of speaks to me, depending on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling like down, I'll like some acoustic guitars, like, okay, I'm gonna put some emotion out. But if
yeah,
I'm feeling like I got some energy, I'm gonna listen to some hard, hip hop type beats, and dude, I'm gonna get that fire building up. It's just really whatever the mood is, and that's the most beautiful thing about it, is there really is no limit to what you want to do as far as your own creation.
yeah, like for sure. And it takes time to like form what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the
Yeah.
thing. I feel like with artists nowadays is we see the artist development. Like it used to be like an artist. By the time whenever we seen them, they were already like ready for us. They were polished. We didn't see everything that they were trying to do, but wasn't working. But then they figured out this, and then now that's their sound. Like you know what I mean? And
Yeah. You
so
just gotta like explore a little bit, like
yeah,
mix around with different stuff. Not everything's gonna work, but it
yeah,
just makes the stuff that does work that much more,
yeah.
important, and that much more better.
Yeah, and it's just like you have that tool now in your little toolbox. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
can I can go to that or I can do this. You know what I mean? Because a lot of it's like just like you said, it's like find your own sound and like how you were talking about like how you do your own mixing and stuff like that. Like I feel like
Hmm.
that's important too because as an artist, you're gonna know how you sound. You know, because let's
Yeah.
say like if I went and had this album done and I went to this producer had this dude like mix down this song, then I went to this other dude had this mix down this other song. You know what I mean? The sound's not going to be the same as if you just have it. Either you do it yourself or you just have one engineer all your stuff. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's like part of a band. It's like a band. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to have
Yeah.
like a different drummer on every song or a different guitar player. You know what I mean? You gotta have the same guitar player on the whole album because that's y'all's band.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
And it also like helps you kind of, when you do it like on your own, from my experience, it helps you improve in not just the aspect of you're doing more, but you're getting better at like the basic things too. Because like, for instance, I'll go in there, it doesn't take me but an hour or an hour and a half to freestyle a song, but I'll spend the next 3 to 4 hours polishing it, you know, like I'll have the main track, the main vocals, and then I'll add a secondary and a third, and I'll experiment with different sounds, and then like double layer them, triple layer them, and it's so fun when you kind of like when you shift around the sounds and you kind of like put layers on them, and you can hear like the differences. It's fun in itself to mix like that. It just gets you more gives you more depth, gives you more kind of like a feel for it, like you're experimenting with it, you know.
Yeah. And it's like that's like and you can only really do stuff like that by being comfortable, by recording by yourself. Because let's say like if you're in the studio, then you feel like you're on somebody else's time. Even if you're paying, then you're paying for the time. And it's like you're not gonna try as many things because you're not gonna feel as
Oh
comfortable.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you might not
yeah,
try
I know.
whenever you're
I
by
see where you're coming
yourself.
from.
Yeah, whenever you're by yourself, you're more comfortable. So you're more eager to try and experiment things because it's not like, because that's what I was just talking to somebody about. I was like, sometimes like making a song like in the studio with somebody else could kill your whole vision, you know? Because a lot of times,
Yeah,
like what you have like in your head and then what comes out at first isn't really like what you was.
yeah, you feel like you feel like you're on like a time strain, or you feel like this like
Well,
pressure.
yeah, well that, but I mean more like let's say like you have an idea for a song, you know, and then you do a take or whatever. That take doesn't, it's not the right idea. It wasn't what was in your head, you know what I mean? But if you're by yourself, you just gonna keep doing it and do it again. But if you're with somebody
Yeah,
else and you do that and then they're like looking at you like, what the fuck you you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, then you might just be like, yeah, fuck that idea. You're right. You know what I mean? Instead of
yeah.
if you were by yourself, you would
It
just
gives.
kept building it and then actually got what you was trying to think out. But you know what I mean? Somebody else can kind of block your vision sometimes. But that's why a lot of times, like what I like to do is I like to make the song by myself, or at least have the song done by myself before I even go. And even if I'm go record it somewhere else, I already have it, the idea, and I have my whole vision out there. So this is like the best version of my idea. So then I can take it there and then see what they got to go with it and then expand on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, shout out Coco the Savage too in the building. So let's play one of your songs real quick.
okay.
What's the other one that you sent in?
We played Transmutation. The other one was It Goes On.
So tell us about this song before we play it.
I was feeling it was definitely more of on the emotion scale, but I feel like it's more uplifting. Like it's kind of like speaking about like situations and surpassing them, but like in the name, like it goes on, like no matter what it is, like life moves forward in like the earth keeps spinning, no matter no matter what's going on, it always pushes forward.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we'll get right into it, man. We'll come back and talk more. So this is It Goes On.
It goes on when we're feeling like we're under the rocks. It goes on when we're climbing to the tip of the top. It goes on. This world moves on. We're all driven by assumptions of what is coming, but what we want is already flowing inside of us. Feeling prosper in us. If we have one life to live, I'm gonna sail the ship, explore beyond the strip. It feels like the eons I've missed the taste of freedom. Freedom.
That's dope. I like how your music be having like little messages and shit. You know what I mean? Like little jewels. You know, it's
Yeah,
dope. And that one's
I try
definitely got
to.
a different vibe. It reminds me of like some old school like Beach Boy era. Like not like the Beach Boys, but like that era. Because like with the beat,
Yeah,
it remind me of like live music. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I think you sound good with a little live. Like get you a little band or something. Get you like a guitar player, a piano player, a bass player, a drummer. Y'all can have a little.
Potentially that could be a possibility.
It's just because I thought about that too. Like I would love to do live music because I feel like that's something that AI can't do. You know, because AI's
Yeah,
coming and trying to taking everything over, but AI can't play instruments on stage and play live music. So if people that can do that are gonna
if you
have longevity, I feel like
100%, man, and I think you might be onto something there because like with AI and all this stuff like taking over the more digital aspect of things, I feel like it would be a great idea, not just market wise, but just in general to go back to that more throwback feel of like live performances and more like, 80s, 90s, whatever it may be. To like
yeah.
do a throwback like that, it might give more of an authentic feel since AI is doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and just because it's like, like I feel like anybody can really kind of make music on a computer if you just like Young Teezy who's in the building right now. Like he said one time, he's like, if you stare at the screen long enough, you'll figure it out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I feel like anybody can make, and you can make yourself sound decent enough with the computer if you tweak it enough, you do it up. But for somebody that can actually go and perform that in front of people, like, you know what I mean? Like just
hmm,
I was interviewing this dude Bubba Starks, and like he does like country type music and stuff, and they just go in there and just like 1, 2, 3 and just do a take. You know what I mean? They're like, all right, let's do
yeah,
another take. Which one? And then they compare them. Type shit like that, and it's just like, but the feel of it is like it's like a whole nother feel because just like you were saying, like it's easy to perfect something, and with AI can do it better than we can do it on the computer. You know what I mean?
yeah. And
So
like I feel like I heard you guys talking about that on a stream. I think it was last week. Were you guys talking about how like, oh, like, dude, the more of like the auto tune sound kind of
yeah,
makes it hard to distinguish sometimes from AI to like what actually is.
yeah,
I,
and and it's just like whenever there's like someone like there's beauty in imperfection too. That's what too many people are worried about. Too, like you know what I mean? Like everybody's trying
Mhm.
to make everything sound so perfect, or they be but it's just like for instance like rock like music and stuff. Like there ain't really like a box that you could be any type of singer and have any kind of voice and still
Yeah,
be
like
able.
like Ozzy Osbourne, like
Yeah,
Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah, or any of them. They all have different voices. There's not like a pocket like how it is with like R&B and hip hop where it's like you got to sound like this or you're not a good singer if you don't sound like this. Like I think there's beauty in imperfection. You know what I mean? It's just like with
Yeah,
dancing. Like if you're confident with what you're doing, then you look like you know what you're doing. Then people are gonna believe it. So you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like it's just
100%, man.
you know what I mean? That's what it's really about. Is just you know, and
Yeah,
not being afraid to like stand out as an artist too. You know?
yeah. It's that authenticity, like you said,
Yeah.
confidence as well as just like not being afraid to like be yourself type thing.
Yeah. And you have to accept that some people that there's gonna be a lot of people who just don't like you. Just like there's people that we don't like. Like think about like there's like an actor that you just don't like because you don't like the way they look or something. Ain't nothing personal against them, but you won't ever go see their movies or something because of I mean, at least for me. But I'm just saying that like
Yeah,
so it's like you gotta understand because I feel like as an artist, a lot of people that make music are emotional, and that's like you said, like you can make music you as a coping mechanism as a way to
hmm,
relieve and shit. And I feel like a lot of artists do that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
and then they get stuck on like these people that don't like them. Whenever it's like there's people that do like them. You know what I mean? And that's what you should be
yeah.
concentrating. You
I
know?
feel like that's just the unfortunate truth of like the way most people operate like on anything. Like there could be 99 things going well, but most people will focus on that one thing that's not going well, that one negative. And that's really what at least my initial point behind that first song, Transmutation, was about like that negative transmuting it, like notice in the first half of the song it was talking about a problem, and then in the later half I managed to find a solution, a format to kind of like turn it into a positive, something that can, flip around and, kind of be viewed in a different way.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree for sure. Cause you gotta focus on what's good. Just like how they'll be like, somebody might have like 15 comments of people telling them how good they are, then somebody's just like, you suck. And then and you just focus on that one asshole. You know what I mean? Instead of focusing
Yeah.
on those people, because I agree with you, though, man. So I know you got
It's
to.
I know this is kind of like a little bit deep, but I recently had a talk with someone that's very similar to what you just said. It's like our mind or our brain is it's a tool. And so like whatever like we're doing, like let's say I'm walking down the street, and then my like everything's fine. I have an objective, I have a goal, I have a destination that I'm heading towards. But then there's someone on the side of me that let's say calls me a bitch, right? Now, when as I keep walking, that thought is still in my head, like he just called me no way, no way.
Yeah,
Now in that me keep walking thinking about that, my mind is still back there. And
yeah,
so anything that's happening right now, when my mind is back there, I'm missing what's around me. And there's could be an opportunity, like there could be someone coming up offering me like a deal or something, like
hmm
there could be so much, there's an infinite amount of possibilities going around me, but I'm unable to see them if my mind's back there.
yeah. Nah, and it's like you'll overlook all the good. Like, yeah, I agree with what you're saying for real, man. Because that's how it is, man. And it's like you only have so much energy. It's like every day you wake up, you have like this little energy meter, and things drain it. You know what I mean? Like you said, you wake up and
Hmm.
be in a positive mood, because that shit happens to me all the time. Like, where it's just and sometimes you can't even control it. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah,
it just gets to you, and you're just like, man, and it kind of fucks up your whole day. You know what I mean? Until you have
yeah,
to reset. It's almost like you gotta find something to reset, whether it's just like going and like sitting in the room, just breathing, your breaths, or smoking some weed, or whatever it is
yeah,
that you can do, just like reset. You know what I mean? It's easier
yeah.
said than done, because I struggle with that shit all the time. Some days I
I
just
feel
wake
like at
up.
some degree everybody does, man. That's just
Yeah,
human nature.
because it's
But
like
I,
because it's like
yeah,
you can't even really control the way you feel, in a way. Like, you can try to manipulate it, but you can't really control like how you feel. You can just try to manipulate it by finding things to better it. You know what I mean? Like music or whatever, things to help you.
well,
Like,
here's the thing though, is like I can see where you're coming from, but on the contrary, like I've found, so like this past year, um I've been really doing a lot of isolation and a lot of solitude work, like sitting like alone with myself.
yeah,
And it really does help, because when you sit by yourself with nothing around, you're forced to confront yourself. And
yeah,
once you confront yourself and kind of just like accept the aspects of you that you never really kind of like dove too far into, then there really is nothing to fear inside yourself. And at that point, you really can control, where not really, like you can control what you can control, which is yourself, and you can control where you point your attention at, and how well you kind of like perceive, and how well you kind of interact with things, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Nah, I feel you. It's just, but you just gotta be careful, because isolation makes people crazy too. Because sometimes, you know what I mean. A lot of people, they distract themselves. So a lot of people don't want to go inside their own head, because then they're faced to deal with all these things that, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I agree with it. I agree, because I feel like, yeah, because distractions aren't really the way to go. It really is. You got to face it, because you can't, until you heal yourself. You can't really be nothing for anybody else. You know what I mean? If you don't love yourself,
Yeah.
you go you're gonna show. You can't really truly love somebody else. You know what I mean? I feel like, because hurt people. So,
Yeah.
and it's easy to just take it out on somebody else because that's easier to do than just sit there and act, like you said, like come to grips with but I feel like you don't want to dwell on things. I feel like if you dwell
Yeah.
on things, it can be dangerous though at the
But
same time.
that's the thing. Once you do look at it, you realize it's not as bad as you thought it was, because
Yeah.
our brain makes things so much worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between observing and getting consumed or captivated on something,
Yeah.
and observing and just seeing it and letting it pass and accepting it for what it was.
Yeah, nah, that's exactly the key word is accepting too. Because you
Yeah.
gotta accept it. Because like I'm a firm, which I don't know if it's healthy, but I'm like I try to be like if I can't really control it right now, like if there's nothing I could do right now to control it, then I try not to really focus on it because it's like what I mean. I feel like it's like draining, and
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely about like accepting and healing, what I mean, like the whole process,
Yeah.
like that's like a healing process, which I believe, what I mean, especially like psychedelics and stuff definitely help with all that shit,
Oh
like
yeah, 100%, man. I feel like weed, uh not just like shrooms, but like weed can work as a psychedelic if you use it right, because it's actually, at least to me personally, I don't speak for anybody else, but it's more of like a spiritual herb in a sense. You know what I mean? Like it gives you more of that kind of like deeper feel, that deeper knowing. You know what I
well,
mean?
it's been used as a spiritual herb for thousands of years. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
it's an ancient medicine. Same with shrooms. You know what I mean? Like that. This dates back thousands of years. You know what I mean? Like they've been using this shit forever, and it's because it's like the way that we're wired. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
energies and frequencies. It's like some just like how you take like chemical balances and stuff, and it's like
It's
you
the
take something
it's the
in.
THC receptors. You know, we have THC receptors all throughout our nervous system and throughout our brain. And what really is like, so people want to like, and I did this for the longest time too. I'm still kind of like learning more about this, so I'm not going to just say like, "Ooh, this people," because I did this too. But like we have a tendency to like want to kind of like use our brain for everything, but it's like when you use just like the brain, that's what kind of creates the anxiety and the depression, because the what depression is thinking about the past, and then what anxiety is thinking too much about the future.
Yeah,
But presence is just being in the moment, it being in the now. And that's why it's called the present, because like when you connect the conscious to the unconscious, let the conscious unconscious be known to the conscious, and you combine the two, then that's when you find the inner peace in yourself that can never be taken away.
yeah. And I feel like I agree. I feel like as people are losing that every day, especially with like media and stuff, because it's like, like instead of like you said, being in the present, we just taking a picture, which you know what I mean. It's just thinking about how we're gonna post that on our page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you're never really truly in the present. You know what I mean? Because it's like, like I think social media is we're gonna see in the next like 40, 50 years how this shit's like rewires humans, you know, because
Yeah.
it's changing everything about us, our whole wiring, you know what I mean, everything,
Hmm.
because it's like people. It's hard for some people to even have conversations nowadays. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
or
because we get so used to doing it like online, or
text.
just like you said, getting like, oh, am I doing this picture right type thing. So it's
Yeah,
it's it's definitely changing a lot of stuff.
yeah.
I agree with that.
For real. So let's talk about your you got a project coming out. So let's talk about that, man.
Oh yeah, I got album called Seven coming out. It was supposed to be on the 17th in a couple days, but I had to make a couple tweaks to it earlier. So it's the set release date now is the 20th.
So where'd you get the idea from for the name of it, Seven?
I'm a very like I I s- I like learning, and so like I think the numeric principle behind 7 is kind of not, it says perfection, but it's more of just like kind of wholeness and harmony. So like I try to like my shift lately has been kind of like, seeing the way things are going, like what you said, AI and people freaking out. I want to I saw this quote on YouTube that said like, be the change you want to see in the world. And I feel like this world needs like a little bit more of like a harmonic approach, like more of like a peaceful nature. So I put 7 as like a wholeness, like a wholesome kind of aspect. And every track in it has a different vibe with a different tone and a different kind of message that all intertwine with the same thing.
That's dope. That's dope. So whenever you made the album, did you already have the idea of like that going into it, or did that like come about as you were like making the album?
That came about as I was making it. So like I think like I don't know if you saw it, but I've had like 3 or 4 different covers to like the projects I've been putting on Facebook.
Mhm.
And 7 was just like it was something that popped in my brain kind of like 2 days before I compiled all the projects together. And I made a song called 7 as well. It's going to be included in the album, but it was that quote I saw on YouTube, "Be the change," and then it just popped up in my head because I study a lot of numbers. I'm a very numerical person, so I just kind of like came up with it.
That's what's up. So like you said, like how you just that you seen the meme or whatever on Facebook and it inspires you. Like where do you draw inspiration from, like for your music? Like does it come like just things that you see that just pop out and you're just like, oh shit, and all of a sudden you just go make the song? Like where do you draw inspiration from?
Um, I hear a lot of, so like it's so like, how when, if someone like is telling you a story, and like there's a lot of like emotional depth behind it,
Mhm.
or like let's say someone's telling you about like a past event they had, and you kind of are absorbing that in a sense. I kind of like, so like what I absorb, that is, and that's what the point behind transmutation was. Like if I absorb something, or if I feel a certain way, I don't really have any kind of like motivation unless it's something like, ooh, this is an awesome idea, which I'll be excited for. But most of the time it's really just that outlet of like something that I absorb that's kind of in there and just needs to get out, that way I could flip it into something that's going to be beneficial to everybody's ears.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. And do you be like itch until you get it out? Like if you have it, it's like you gotta get that idea out, and until you get it out, you like, you
Yeah,
know,
it's just like I love like being in peace. So if I feel something that kind of is like misaligned within myself, I want to kind of like get that out in a sense that's not going to be destructive in any way.
nah, I feel you. And I think that's important too, because not everybody can make music. You know what I mean? And you got to, and as
Yeah.
artists, you got to think that we're making music for people. So even though it might not be some we particularly went through, you could make a song about somebody else's story. You know what I mean? Like country
Yeah.
music and rock music does it all the time. Like with hip hop it's all about being authentic and and stuff like that. But I feel like that's something that can break down the genres, because I feel like these genres are keeping artists in boxes. Like you know what I mean? And just
I
like with your
feel
music, how you have songs where you sing on, you have songs where you might rap on and stuff like that, and it's like breaking genres. And I feel like if it's good music, that's all it should be, is good music. You know?
Man, you couldn't have said that any better, man. Like it's really like, I don't even look at a genre. I hear the tune, and if I flow with it, I flow with it. I go with it. You know what I mean? It's just like you said. It's not genre oriented. It's just like whatever feels right in the moment, whatever you're feeling then. You know.
For sure. So we got a question from Mr. CEO Young Teasy. He said, "Why do or do you consider people's thoughts make your music better or make it more comfortable to make your. I guess he's not really saying a question. He was just talking shit.
No.
I thought he had a question. Young T, if you got any questions, man, let us know. But no, I get what he's saying. He's saying, why do you consider? He said, just make the music, make the best thing that you can make, and then make it. I feel him though.
It's not that I feel like it makes it better. I feel like it's just like, so like I'm not saying like people's thoughts is the only like type of music I make. It's like I said, I have music where I just make like, okay, that, you know, I'm feeling it, like, oh, that's an idea, you know, I get that intuition. But if I'm a very, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very empathetic. So if I hear something and I feel what someone's telling me, I'm gonna try to transmute that into something that can be more beneficial to them. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like it's hard being empathetic and being an artist? With
Oh,
like,
most definitely. But it's, you know, it just I just, you know, I care about people, you know, like I have my beliefs and I have my reasons, you know, I just, you know, I don't value one person more than the next. That just is not my nature.
For sure. Nah, I feel you. I think Young TZ wants to join us, so we'll play that one song back while we're waiting on him, because I think he want to come on here if you got time. So let's see. I'm about to send him the link. So for people that weren't here earlier, tell us about the song transformation, or what is it?
It's a transmutation.
Okay, yeah, transmutation.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Question about it?
I'm wearing a grass gold chain. Dog goes wild like a big Great Dane. I rearrange, my lights go ting. Heal the world from the suffering. Let me tell you, you can call me a bitch if you want to. I'm not a subject to fear, what you gon' do? I got a list of people who rely on me. I'll never let them down, that's undeniably. They never turn me to a scoundrel. I got my God, he's a light in the candle. Hellhounds came in, gave me max ammo. I'm not here freeing slaves like my amigo the Django. Married to the game to allow my family to prosper. Transmuting everything so no one's tortured. Turn adultery into nurture. Putting two together like a subway surfer. Follow the way of the voice. Hear about everybody and difference of choice. 50-50, I'ma have to flip the coin. Positive transformation to I'm in joy. This is my destination to restructure. Even when I'm down, I'll stay unbothered. My mother, brother, sister, father, grandmother will see the gates of heaven when I'm done here. My journey's transparent. Both of my parents will inherit in Paris. I'ma keep my mouth shut when I'm in Vegas. My soul's protected, not for the taking. God's vehicle must be a spaceship. Anyway, we see the light of day. Give any situation, we ship it right away. And actions speak louder than words in the rain. If they don't take it, it's not yours to blame. Was backing up in Notre Dame. Birdies told me there's delightful things. People who understand and act like me. Quotes, if I don't give a damn, then I'm with the trees. Sound smelling amazing, call it free breeze. Pioneering the mountains, like a goatee. I can hear them all shouting, yelling in glee. Glory to God, I'm here to be me. I be in the backseat, puffing my weed. OG in the front, make a ceremony. Shorty hit me with the Cupid, causing nosebleed. Privacy policy up in the vicinity. Yeah, glory to God. You know I give it glory to God. Glory to God. Hear me? I said glory to God.
Yeah, so I sent Tizzy the link. We'll see if he gets on. If he don't take forever, we'll see. But so you talked about the album coming out, man. What do you feel like? Like, what are your next steps into like the music? Like, what do you feel like you got planned for 2026 other than like this album?
I definitely feel like this is the year that I'm going to start progressively taking a lot of more steps forward in a sense of getting out there. I feel like up until this point, it's just been really recording, publishing, you know, kind of like just making music. But what I need to do is kind of like get out there, you know, start like doing more you know, hopping on the streams with you, or just like putting myself out there more than just like making the music, you know, maybe going to like a show or something, you know, doing things like that.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think because making the music is a big part of it because that's like the foundation, you know. But the other things like doing like videos for like or reels, you know what I mean, promoting, doing shows,
Mhm.
and making sure somebody has a camera so you can make a video of that and play for other people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important too. Because
Yeah.
like, if you go do the show, you might as well have the content from it. You know, because there might be 100 people at the show, but you can touch thousands of people with the content by just making a video out of it. We got young
Yeah.
people.
What's up, Tizzy? How you doing, man?
Can't hear him.
What's the word, guys?
Good.
What's going on?
Oh man, I can't call it.
Hello.
What's up? We got Cody too.
What's up,
I
man?
got some money. Thank you.
So my question was, why do you consider people thoughts make your music better, or do it make it complicated to make your next song?
It really just depends on the approach. Like, I don't feel like it's like I said earlier, it's just kind of however I'm feeling. It's not really too complicated unless I make it that way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's kind of just like if I'm thinking it and if I'm feeling it, then I already know how to do it in a sense. I don't, you know.
Yeah, I get you. Like it's like you already got the vision in your head. Because I feel like
Yeah.
as artists, sometimes we do overcomplicate things, especially when it comes to like you were saying, like mixing and stuff. Because I don't know how many times I had a song that I liked and then mixed it and messed it all up the next day, and I'd hear it and just be like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it really just goes back into what I said earlier too. Like, I know myself well enough to understand like how I usually feel, and if there's a difference in how I'm feeling, then I can easily identify what that difference is and that kind of like misalignment, so to say, and I can I can find a way to get that out, you know?
Yeah, I agree, man. So, we got any more Tizzy questions? I know Tizzy, he keeps some questions on deck, man. We got some more questions for your protege here. For people that don't know, they go way back. Tell people about that. Tell people about how y'all how did you start working with Young Tizzy? Tell us about that.
Dude, I think it was a year after I started making music or somewhere along the starting point. I was like 15 and I was just up. It was 12 in the morning. I was at a foster mom's house and I was calling places like I had just made a song that was relatively good. I got on a talent show at school and I was like, "Oh God. Okay, now I was young. I was like, okay, I'm gonna call all these people. I'm gonna get a record deal, yada yada yada. I was up all night calling people, and I called Young Tizzy off of Google, and I was like, hey man, you got anything for me? And he was like, I could put you in this artist development group, and I've just been with him ever since.
Yeah. That's similar to my story, man. That's why I found them too at Google.
Now Google quality music management.
Man.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Google, man. We
Man.
we number 2 too. Google for 2025. So we trying to get that number 1 spot for 2026, man. So definitely shout out to Google. Shout out to everybody who went to go leave a review on the Google site. And if you haven't went to go leave a review on the Google site, you can simply just type in quality music management on any website, and go to the reviews and leave me a review. We'll definitely greatly appreciate it. So I got a few
100%.
questions for you for sure. So have you performed, and where you performed, what was your favorite and what was your least favorite?
I'm gonna be honest when I say I've only performed once, and that was on the what was it, the June 10th show, the Next to Blow showcase. That was the only time I ever actually kind of like performed in a showcase that wasn't karaoke. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, you know.
You did good for your. That was dope, man, for your first performance.
I appreciate that, man.
That's dope. Are you gonna come out on June 17th, this Saturday?
I haven't sent in the money, and like at this point in time I don't have it, so I can't tell you if I'm going to be there or not, but I will definitely do my best to try to get that arranged for sure.
Are you so people that don't know, like, where are you located now at? You're outside St. Louis, right?
Yeah, right now I'm in Warrenton. I just got an apartment, you know. I'm still kind of like building up a little bit more, but my plan is to, you know, just keep going up, you know, just keep things going, keep things in a positive motion, pushing forward, you know. Same as everybody else.
That's all you can do, man.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man. So Tizzy, you got any more questions for him?
Yeah, I got a question for you. I would say, what was the best advice you have been given? And who was it from?
Out of like in a music perspective, or just in general?
General, period. As far as the music, I would say.
I feel like the best advice that I've ever been given is that hold on, let me think on this for a second.
No, that's a hard one. Nobody's ever given me no good advice. Best advice I ever been given was memes on Facebook.
The best advice I've ever been given is there are no limitations to anything that you want to do in this life. You just have to do it.
That's true. Because nothing was ever done until somebody did it.
100%.
Somebody did it, you know.
So with all that being said, you know, I know you like to move around, you know, with your genre and your music making. How would you describe the music that you like to typically make?
It just depends how I'm feeling. Mainly, like I'd like to create something that has a lot of energy behind it, whether it be like a hard beat, you know, kind of like a gets you bopping, or you know, something with a large amount of energy behind it, like whether it be like a rock song, or just something loud, something kind of like gets you going, gets you uplifted.
Yeah, to make you feel something, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and that's what good music does. Good music makes you feel stuff, you know. And it, whether, you know, it's sad or happy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know, having a feeling, and you know. And I feel like, just like we were saying, like, you capture that whenever you make the music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like how we were saying, like, you know, with food, you capture that. If you got love, if you know, go to McDonald's, there ain't no love in that food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all processed.
It was like somebody hated it, smashed your burger. You could taste it whenever you eat it. You're just like, ugh. But go get some like grandma's cooking and shit, and that shit tastes a whole nother level. You know, you're like, damn.
Yeah, because it's got that love, it's got that passion in it, you know, and that just that goes with anything. Yep, 100%, man.
If you could change anything in the industry, what would it be? In the industry for its music, what would it be and why?
If I were to change anything in the industry, I feel like it would be making things less personal to the artist and more kind of how me and Bhillz were talking about earlier, making things more kind of like interconnected, like more, because I feel like there's a lot of music out there right now in the mainstream section of things that is just more like, oh, I've got, 100 bands, spent this, fuck this bitch, did this, did that. And which there's just like a lot of a repetition. I feel like there needs to be more, not necessarily authenticity or originality, because there's a lot of that too, but just more of like something that is just more, how do I word this?
Real.
More real, like a story, like make more stories, make like a William Shakespeare type thing, like
Yeah.
like turn a script into a song,
I agree, because I feel because it kind of like it pushes an agenda of like spin. You know what I mean? That's really what the mainstream music has, that agenda where it's just like, so whenever you get money, you automatically think you got to go spend it on this stuff or go buy this. You know what I mean? Instead of,
like bring like financial kind of literature into it, like be like, oh, invested my money into this and now we living in bliss, you know what I mean? Like, invest,
or just throw like more real stories, instead of Instagram life. That's what music kind of is. It's an Instagram life.
If you had one shot to sell yourself, what song would you present to them? And how can they go find it out? Go check it out.
There's so many different songs.
You only got one chance, man, to present this song to this label, man, and they're gonna put everything behind you. What song you picking, and where can they go check it out?
I'm gonna have to go with the one I made last year, Clairvoyant. It was a grunge type rock song, but the message behind it was by far one of the most profound ones I've made, about like, just kind of the inner light that we all have, kind of like not looking for anything outside of us, but rather what we can all find inside of us.
And where can they go check that out?
They can find it on Apple Music under Cole P, and Spotify and any other platform under Cole Kush.
So that's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. That would be under Cole Kush.
Okay. And then what was the name of the song?
Let's play it.
Clairvoyant.
How you spell that?
CLAIRVOYANT.
Damn. You got
And
hell of
for the people that don't know what that means, tell them what it means and why you choose that as the title.
Clairvoyant, at least to my understanding and my interpretation of it in the song, was more of like a light a light, not necessarily just a light in the dark, but just kind of more of a sense that no matter what you're facing, that you have faith and you trust the process enough to see the light that's coming forward and not just what's around you in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So like basically the brighter future type-esque.
Yeah, like having faith, kind of.
Yeah.
That's faith. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. You just gotta trust that it's gonna work out for you.
100% trust the
I feel like-
process.
I feel like that's real in life too. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you just gotta. I feel like as long as you keep doing good, I believe that good eventually comes back to you. Might not come back in the blessing that you thought it was, but I feel like it'll come back tenfold. Like you might bless this person and they might not ever do nothing back to you, but somewhere down the road, you know what I mean? I feel like it comes back tenfold.
Yeah, it's like a pay it forward concept. I saw a video of that not too long ago where this barber gave this homeless man a free haircut, and then 20 years later he was getting evicted out of his own shop. But then that same homeless man from 20 years ago walked in with the keys. He just bought the place off of him and gave him his keys back and said, "Hey man, you gave me a haircut. I didn't forget about that. Here's your shop back."
See, so all y'all barbers out there, man, y'all better get out some free haircuts.
Better get to it, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat that's watching, man. Big shout out to y'all, man. Make sure y'all sharing the live out, man. Make sure everybody should have a shirt tag by their name, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all go follow Bhillz, the live stream each and every Sunday where we are the ones that take over y'all Sundays, man.
Yup.
100%.
All right, so we gonna play the song. We gonna come back and talk more.
Wake up 52.
I'm searching for warmer sands, enlightened with clairvoyance. How long do we have? How long do we have? When I look up, I see nothing. Is God really bluffing? Every step I take, I'm fumbling. Just in the inside's where you'll find it. Enlightened state of conscious. Take a look around and see your surroundings, and I no longer feel like hiding. These walls do not confine me. You're a prisoner in your mind till you fight it all. Till you ward those balls, you'll feel your scars getting sharper. You hold all the keys to that state of mind you need to be in. Look within, start questioning. Create independent thoughts after every loss is another victory. Relatively, quite directly altering the things that you should perceive. Who you wanna be, what you wanna do, what you wanna see, what you wanna get at and achieve. Think it's time to reroute and reread. Shell inside my conscience and breathe. I've unlocked my understanding with the Neptune shifting planet. Solutions are rampant, yeah. But the question still lingers. Are you a pawn or figure? Do you carry the right demeanor? Demi-urge, temptation, acceptance, you'll make it. Those thoughts, you'll break it. Never giving in to the urge of forsaking. Never gonna let him take the crown or stake it. Is this you or is it them? Inside's the key to warmer sands. Warmer sands.
Want to ring in the new year with style and
Did you bring
serious
in
savings?
the new year
Let me
with style? Or did you bring in the new year with the same shit as last year?
I sure hope we
You
brought
can tell I've been
in
looking at
style.
some furniture. You can always tell a lot by somebody's their little ads that pop up on their YouTube, because you know it's different ads for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't got
Learning
this
how to
all.
use
I
the
think I'm
vape
fine.
or learning how to watch your mouth.
I'm surprised I don't got Fireball ads. But,
Okay, I got a couple
so,
more questions for you, big dog.
All right. What's going on?
What's the most useless talent that you have?
The most useless talent. I feel like if it's a talent, it has to be useful in some type of way. Let me think.
yeah, it's kind of a whatever they call it.
I'm really good at tying my shoelaces pretty quickly.
Like how quick you talking about? Like how quick?
Like Sonic the Hedgehog, man. I'll fucking.
Let's go, man. Put it down. Who got a timer?
Yeah, I'm about to time.
Where
Let's
the shoe
see.
cam?
Man, I
Got the
don't
timer
know about
over
all
there?
that, man. I don't want to. I don't want to be. I don't know if you all can handle the smoke on the shoelace time.
So do they stay tied or or do you just got to tie them like that once a day, or you got to tie them like
that's where the useless part comes in. They don't stay
I keep
tied.
retying
I
them?
just got to keep retying.
Anybody can tie their shoes really bad quick. I don't think that's a talent.
Man.
It's a horrible answer. Go ahead, TZ.
Gotta put him in the Guinness book, man. The
Man.
fans too tight.
That's where I'm going 2026. Shoelace time.
Big dreams, man.
So, what's your creative process like? I know you said whatever type of mood you in. So you know, is it a type a time of the day? You know, you go off of, or you know,
It's
a song.
I
BPM
definitely like recording at night more. I feel like most everybody does. I feel like that's when things are a lot more quiet. You're kind of like with yourself more. It's really just like I said, you know, I'm listening to a beat, whatever I like, whatever I find that kind of catches my ear, I go in there, and I don't write anything down. I just kind of go in, listen to it, dive in it, feel it, and just like, and that's just the fun and passion of it. You know, I'm hearing it and I'm just going along with the beat. I'll kind of like switch my cadence up, switch my delivery, just whatever feels right in the moment to me is what I'll go with.
So do you like punch in, or you just go in there, like you be like, whenever you say you don't write, you just go in there, you kind of punch in your ideas or your bars, or you just be going, just kind of just flowing over the beat until you find something that you like?
Well, when I start recording a song, I have a thought in my head, like whether it's something that I heard or I can. So one of we talked about like a useless talent. I feel like one of my better talents is like I'm a very good storyteller. Like I'm very good with words, so I can take a sentence and kind of flip off that, kind of like not just like in a freestyle, and it is off the dome in a freestyle, but it's turning one concept and flipping it into a relatable concept and kind of like keeping going with it, but making it like a story more than just like a bunch of words.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing that, but with like writing it, so that way it's like, because I get what you're saying, like it's like but where you could really kind of punch in and make it even like deeper. So, you know, because, you know, like whenever you freestyle, there's always going to be fill-ins, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
where you could kind of take it and you could delete those fill-ins and put something else there, because you could be like, oh shit, because you could see the process of, you know what I mean? It mapped out, you know?
I get where you're coming from, but what I'll say to that is like, I don't know. I just kind of like feel whatever like kind of like makes me feel it. It's actually harder for me to write it out because I'm so used to just going in and doing it. And I have more, I don't know. It's just like I have more fun and I have more enjoyment and I have more kind of like feeling in my voice. Like you can hear it in my voice in the song. Like I'm enjoying it. Like when I just go in and do it rather than write it down, because I don't know, at least to me, like that's just what I find fun about it. You know, like I'm hearing the beat fresh. I'm not like listening to it 1,000 different times. I feel like that's one of my like kind of like downsides is, you know, like if something does not, like if I feel bored by something, then I wouldn't have as much passion in doing it, you know?
Yeah, nah, I feel it. But you could always like punch in too. That's like another way, because that's what I'll be doing, where I'll kind of punch in, and then after I like got it, then I'll go through and do it all again. You know what I mean? Whereas like, because you know, it's just like I feel like whenever after you hear it a bunch of times, then you can like do it better. It's just like an actor like memorizing their lines. You know, if you know the lines, then you can put more emotion, because you're not trying. Because you know, whenever you're freestyling, you're always kind of trying to lead up to something, and you know what I mean. You might not be like saying a word as deep or as, you know, passionate as you would if you already knew that was gonna be there, you know.
Yeah. Smokehouse said, "What's up, B?" He said, "Y'all stay warm." Strokey Bobby just entered the building. What's up, y'all? What's up? We see y'all, man. We chatting. We focused, man. We trying to stay focused and make this a good interview, but we definitely see y'all in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We definitely don't want to feel y'all left behind. Make sure y'all go follow Cole Kush on all platforms. And make sure y'all follow Bhillz, man, for all the upcoming exciting artists, you know, and talents that he gonna have come across the platform 2026, man. So if y'all haven't met up yet,
100%.
man, we got Cole Kush in the building. I got one more question for you, man, and then we're gonna go ahead and turn up, man. We're gonna turn up.
What is it?
The question I have, if you could perform with any mainstream artist, who would it be and why?
This might like I don't know if it still sound kind of like I don't know, but I feel like one of my biggest inspirations up to this point has definitely been Kendrick Lamar. And the reason why I would want to perform with him is because the type of music he makes, you know, more of like the spiritual side of things and more of like the message driven content, like bringing more awareness to people. And just I feel like it would be very, very inspiring, and it would be an honor to kind of like work alongside or perform alongside him, and kind of like not just like learn a little bit about like what he has, but just like you know what I mean. Like I feel like that would be a really really cool thing to do. Would be like to perform alongside him, because he definitely like spends a lot of time on like creating more of like message driven stuff.
So tell people where they can find you at, all your Instagram, Facebook, all that.
On Facebook and Instagram, I don't really use Instagram too much. I believe it's gonna sound bad. I don't even remember the username to it, but it's Cole
Gotta be on all
Phillips.
social medias if you go be an artist, because you never know what your fans are gonna be on. You might have Instagram fans, some, you know what I mean. You got
Yeah.
I hate TikTok, but I'm on TikTok just because there's people that like TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
100%. On Facebook is Cole Phillips. On I said the Apple Music's Cole P. Any other streaming platforms, Cole Kush. Instagram, I want to say, is Cole Phillips as well. It shouldn't be too different than Facebook, but I'll make sure definitely next time I hop on a stream of any sort, I'll know that information 100%.
You know how to make it easy for them and tell them if they need to know any of your music adventures, come and holler at Quality Music Management. You go up.
Man, yeah,
and we gonna let 'em know.
that's why I got a manager. I got one of the best managers out there, man. Shout out
You
Young
make it
Tizzy,
easy for 'em.
Bhillz, man.
Quality Music Management or Bhillz. He's gonna lead you in the right direction.
100%.
So TZ, you want to tell them where they can follow you and everything before we jump off of here?
You can follow me on Bhillz Stream, man. Whatever Bhillz got going on, I'm powering it up, man, and I'm promoting and supporting everything that we got going on, man. Easy
100%.
peasy. Or just Google YUNGGTIZZY, Young Teezy.
Yep.
No, I appreciate you for having us too, Bhillz, man.
Yeah, 100%, man. I appreciate the opportunity offering me to come up on here with you, man.
For sure. And I know you said it was gonna come out on the 17th. Do you have a new date for the album?
Yeah, I had to make a couple of tweaks to it this morning. Had to add something in, take something out, make a few arrangements. So the date for it now is January 20th. So 5 days from now.
That's what's up.
I say let's push it back to the 7th, man. Drop it February 7th, man. 7 days before Love Day.
February
the album is called Seven.
Keep them 7s going. Yeah, keep them 7s going, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Give us more time to promote, man, and they can go and check out your music, a couple into that, and give them a couple of sneak peeks and drop a video or something, leading up to the video, man. We gonna roll it out, man. So everybody hashtag 7 in the chat, man.
Hashtag 7, man. It's definitely the biggest project I've done thus far.
And Bhillz, because Bhillz got an album coming out, so we want to kind of stay on the level with each other artists, under the same camp.
Oh yeah.
Coming out.
Yeah.
Dude, I was peeping Angels and Demons, dude. That was a tight single, man. That was
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I dig that one, man.
So for the people that act like they forgot about it, or act like they ears was fucked up, when your album dropping, be here. So we make sure
February
they know.
26th. February
Yeah,
26th.
yeah, I heard.
You know, February is gonna be the month of dropping.
Drop season,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Maybe y'all go follow his music, man. And maybe y'all get to hear both of them on the track, you know, each other album, you know.
Hey man,
Definitely work on some. I
Hey,
think
I'm
those
down.
songs will do good, you know. And I was gonna say, like, cause I like your music, though. I like how how you were talking, like how breaking down genres and just making dope music, not being worried about, you know what I mean, trying to sound like yourself, because yourself is whoever you are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Yeah.
they make a song and people like that one song, so they just try to remake that same song over. And I think I like how all your songs are different. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope.
100%, man. I feel like, and you think of it like music. It's music. I feel like a lot of people just forget it's music. It's not this thing that we're doing to like for likes or views or whatever it may be. It's the act of music itself. You're creating something with your voice or with just like sound. You know, you got to put that love, that passion in it. It does, you know.
For sure. All right, man. I appreciate both of y'all being on here, man.
Coco the Savage in the building. What up with it, Coco?
I know Coco.
You gonna get off of her? You trying to stream some music, B?
I'll probably stream some music, but I gotta go let my dog out and stuff first. So I'll probably start another stream in a little bit when I get back, and we can stream
All
some
right.
music.
Well, I'm looking for.
All right,
Man, you know we got that show tonight, man. So make sure y'all pop out, man. If y'all in the loop, man, or you can get to the loop, man. Pop out, go on Global Studios tonight, man. We are semifinals, man, for the Nerd Way Tour, man. We live, we lit tonight, man. Y'all know it's going way up, man.
for sure.
Go down.
For sure. All right, man.
Yo, what's up? It's your
Hey,
boy
thank you
B2.
for having me on here, Bhillz, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Much love, you guys. Yes, sir. I'll catch y'all later.
Love me or hate me. Ooh, ay. Thuggin', are you snaking me? Ay. Love me or hate me. Don't know what you would do. Thuggin', are you snaking me? Don't be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. Love me or hate me. Don't know what you would do. Thuggin', are you snaking me? Don't be one of the two. Time after time, you done showed me the lie after lie. Never told me the truth. You change, it'll never be the same with you.
So high, can't see the ground. So fly, can't be seen around. So I will be leaving now. Smell like I've been held a pound. There's nothing you can tell me now. Let's just need another round. I see these evils all around.
She call me riches, we smoke swishes when we running shit. Y'all don't even know what this my other bitch. Mr. Miyagi, I'm sipping sake and blowing swishes. Hard to take a L when you always winning. Top was capping like they want it, they ain't on it though. Just to make him mad, I call his favorite hoe.
Time after time, you done showed me the
And I don't need no watch. I don't need no watch. Swear my heart beat. See, baby. They say it's a game. I feel like it's a curse. And I don't need no watch. I know it's my time. I know nights.
like how you moving. You know ain't no giving, no. Say that you need me, know I had enough.
Just try not to lose your soul. I feel a little lost today. I feel like I lost my way. I feel a little lost today. I guess it's just the cost you pay.
The red pill, then that means that you are free from the fake
Red pill.
matrix, whatever life, and then you get to see reality. So
that red pill. The red pill's where it's at. He
made his name off of the red pill.
All my people get the checking in.
Finally my turn on some cypher shit. Yeah. Man so ready, I crack this man. You already know how long I've been on, yeah. I was 7 picking up the microphone.
Pimp tongue. Pimp.
Goodbye.
Hey, voicemail full, phone can't even ring no more. They triple.
I'm on that little.
Hold up. Wait, stop.
No, I'm not in the mood.